welcome to another video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I do a lot of rig tying videos such as this one, and also tips and tricks along the way to help you catch more carp. So if that sounds good to you, hit subscribe and keep watching for the rest of the video. This video is all about my favourite maggot rig. I don't use maggots a lot in my fishing, I'll be honest. I'm more of a boilie angler, but in the winter when you're really scratching for a bite, I don't think there can be many better baits than maggots. So this video is all about my maggot rig, the match hook maggot rig. I'm sure lots of other people have done similar things. This is just my take on this type of rig, really. I'm not claiming to have invented this rig, although I haven't seen many people doing this before. So basically what I've got is it's like a blowback rig with a piece of fake corn there and then a bunch of maggots attached on the end. Now a lot of people would attach those maggots with, say, a rig ring and then dental floss, and you thread the maggots on and then you have to tie it in a knot and you have to blob it, and it's a lot of hassle and a lot of faff, and you end up bursting your maggots and just making a bit of a mess, really. My way of doing it, there's no dental floss, no lighter needed, no fuss at all. You literally just thread the maggots on and you're good to go. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you how we do it. So firstly, here's what you need to tie this rig. I'm going to start with a size 5 angling iron Durapoint anchor hook. That's my favourite sort of wide gate pattern hook. Really strong, straight point, really sharp, you know, never really lost a fish on this. Great hooks those. I've got some angling iron shrink tube in there, some strippable coated braid, that's semi-stiff. You can use soft coated if you want, or even a supple braid, doesn't really matter, but I like a semi-stiff so it kicks away from the lead, and I think it gives the fish a few more problems. Then you want a small match hook. Here I've got some Drennan Super Specialist microbarb in a size 8. You can use smaller hooks really for this. I just got a size 8 because it matches with my fake corn quite nicely, but try and find a match hook that sort of matches up to the fake corn you're using. This is the Corda sort of pop-up corn. It's a little bit bigger than the Enterprise stuff, so these hooks are slightly bigger, but you know, try and match them up. So yeah, that obviously the bit of fake corn we need there, a pair of scissors for cutting your braid, a micro oval rig ring there, that's for your blowback, and then a baiting needle just helps you thread on your bit of fake corn. So now we're going to move on to how we tie the rig. So the first job then is to peel off about 15 inches of your strippable coated braid and strip back the last 5 inches of the end of the braid. Next, you want to take your small match hook and tie it to the end of your stripped back coated braid with a 4-turn half blood knot. So basically you go through the eye of the hook, pinch it where it goes through the eye to leave a loop there. You'll see what I mean in a second. You go around 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then where you pinched it, you've got a little hole there, so you're just gonna thread the end through there. There we go, and then pull that down tight. And trim off the tag end. Right, next you're going to get your baiting needle and your piece of fake corn, and you're going to go in slightly off centre there, so up the side of the bait, so that the hook, when it pulls into this, it sits centrally. So there we go. So you see how that's now come out slightly off to one side. And next you want to pull that onto your braid using your baiting needle. So here we go. So the braid's going through that, and then we're going to pull that down like so. And that forms your maggot clip, really, if you like. It's like a little gate there, so you can hook your maggots onto that hook and then tuck it inside your fake corn, and there's no worries that that can damage the fish's mouth because it's hidden inside the corn and nothing's going to pull it out that way, so it's totally safe, so don't worry about that. Right, next we want to thread on our oval rig ring. Down towards the bait like that, and then you want to tie an overhand knot to secure the rig ring in place. So go around the back of your fake corn to make a loop, and then pull the rest of the braid through that loop. And then before you tighten it down, you can slide it along, and you want it around about 10 mil from your fake corn to that blowback ring. Next we're going to take our anchor hook and we're going to thread the hook link through the back of the hook, so coming from the opposite side to the point, thread that down, and then thread your oval rig ring over the point, and then position it halfway between the point and the barb, opposite the point and the barb there. So pinch that in place, and then you want to tie a 6-turn knotless knot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it in place. Get the end of the braid put it back through the eye the same way from the back, so make sure the line exits the same side as the point, and then pull that down tight, and that forms your knotless knot. Next you want to take a piece of shrink tubing and you want to get about, say, 15 mil shrink tubing, and then cut the end off at a slight angle. That just helps the hook turn, and then we're going to slide this down the rig and over the eye of the hook. Next you want to tie at the other end a figure of 8 loop knot. So you want the rig, I'm having this about 9 inches, so I'm just going to pinch that over about 9 inches and then tie a figure of 8 loop knot. So I'll do that slowly for you. So you loop it over like that, then make another loop around your finger, twist your finger so you've twisted that loop, and then come in to form a figure of 8 like that. I'm going to pull that down, wet it slightly, pull that down, and now all that's left is to steam it all straight and put the maggots on, so I'll show you that next. So here's the finished rig, and what I've done is I've added a blob of putty in the middle there, which just helps pin it down, helps it straighten out when it falls through the water, and also helps to drop the hook when a fish picks up the bait. Drops the hook into the fish's mouth nicely. And I've also steamed the shrink tube in there just to give it a nice curve, and I've steamed the rig nice and straight as well, which helps stop tangles and helps it lay nicely on the bottom. So the last job is just to put some maggots on the hook there, so I'll show you that now. So what we do is we pull the hook out from our fake corn there, and then get some maggots. Got a few red ones here, but you can use any colour you want, and then you just lightly nick them on through the blunt end of the maggot. So you've got two ends of a maggot, a pointy end and a blunt end. You want to just go through gently through the blunt end just to nick the skin, try and avoid piercing them because all the juices will come out. So here we go, I've put 5 or 6 on there. Then you simply turn that round on itself, pull that match hook into your fake corn so it's nice and safe, and there we have the finished maggot rig. And it's totally safe. You know, people might not like the idea of having another hook on the rig, but that hook is buried inside the fake corn, there's no way that's coming out. It takes quite a lot of force to pull that out of there. So yeah, that's it. I might fish that with a little bag, PVA bag of maggots as well, or I might just put it out with some PVA nuggets and spawn maggots over the top. But either way, that's an absolutely devastating maggot rig. The blowback rig is always a good rig, and having maggots on it in the winter just makes it that little bit more effective. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you remember to subscribe to the channel for more content, and we'll see you in the next video.